So in the last class, okay, let me just revise. Actually, no, I am using different laptop, so I don't have the previous class notes. So let me just draw it and like explain you how the connections and how it is. So here you had one diode, and the next diode is here, and then across the load you need to connect the capacitor, either this side or that side, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is how the connections will be. And now what you need to do, you need to analyze it. So when you try to analyze, we'll have the output in this way. So this is my input signal. This is my input signal, and since it is a full wave rectifier, both the half wave and full wave will be rectified in this way. So charging and discharging will happen. So okay, let me draw it little big because I want to analyze the waveform itself. From the waveform itself, we'll be calculating the ripple factor. So let me just take 1 second now. Let me take little big. Okay, so here what happens, the charging and discharging will happen. Charging will happen for the positive half cycle, and when the input voltage is lesser than the capacitor voltage, capacitor voltage, it will start discharging. It will start discharging until input see, this is for the negative cycle. This will be off, and this will be on. Okay, so until this Vin becomes greater than this Vc, it will be discharging only. Then after that again it will charge, again discharge, charge, discharge. Okay, so this charging and discharging will happen due to both D1 diode and D2 diode as well. So all this explanation I have already given you. Okay, fine. So now if you just observe, once again, so from here to here, this is the maximum value. Anyway, the maximum value will be Vm. Okay, let me write it as Vmax only. V maximum, which is equal to Vm. Okay, and this is the minimum voltage. Minimum. This is my minimum voltage across the capacitor. And let me write this as V minimum. Okay, and here from here to here, it is nothing but the discharging time, which is given as T1, and from here to here, it is nothing but the charging time given by T2. So T1 plus T2 will be equal to T by 2 here, because in complete one cycle of your sinusoidal signal, we are getting two cycles of the capacitor charging and discharging pulses. Okay, so T1 plus T2 here will be equal to T by 2. Okay, and anyway we know that the charging time is very much less than the discharging time, so here T1 will be almost equal to T by 2, and the discharging of the capacitance is given by the the charge through the capacitor is given by Vc of t, which is given by, it is charging to the peak value, from there it is discharging, so Vm into e power minus t by Rc. Okay, and you know that T1 is the discharging time. So if you just check in time T1, the capacitor is discharging to the minimum value. So your T will be equal to T1. To find V minimum, I need to take T is equal to T1, so that V minimum will be equal to Vm e power minus T1 by RC. Okay, but you know that what is T1? T1 is nothing but, here I think I need not explain you in detail because you have already seen. So T1 is nothing but minus, T by 2. Substitute T1 is equal to T by 2 in this. So it will be T by 2 RC. And here there is one assumption. The assumption is the time constant tau is equal to RC is very much greater than the total time period. Okay, the total time period. So with this assumption, we can write this V minimum as Vm into 1 minus T by 2 RC because of the Taylor series. Okay, Taylor series in the sense e power x can be represented as 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube divided by 3 factorial, like that it goes on. This is the Taylor series expansion. Okay, now if x is very much less than 1, then you can neglect the higher order terms. So your e of x will be equal to 1 plus x. In place of x, you have minus t by 2 RC. So substitute x value as e power minus t by 2 RC will be equal to 1 minus t by 2 RC, because in place of x you have minus t by 2 RC. Okay, so now your V minimum will become, V minimum will be equal to Vm into 1 minus t by 2 RC. So here we are calculating V minimum and V. Yashwant, just check where you have gone wrong. Okay, so we are calculating V minimum and V maximum values only to calculate VR peak to peak. Okay, so from here, from this point to this point is nothing but here VR peak to peak. Let me take different colored pen. So from here to here is nothing but here VR peak to peak. VR peak to peak. So if I want to find out what is this VR peak to peak voltage, what I can do is I can this is my V maximum value. This is my V maximum value, and from here to here, from the ground point to this point is nothing but V minimum value. V minimum value. So if I want this portion from here to here, what I need to do, I need to subtract V minimum from V maximum, so that we get VR peak to peak. Okay, so here VR peak to peak will be nothing but VR peak to peak. VR peak to peak is nothing but V maximum minus V minimum. Okay, so V maximum is nothing but Vm minus V minimum. V minimum is nothing but Vm into 1 minus T by 2 RC. Okay, so just multiply Vm inside. So you will have VR peak to peak is equal to Vm minus Vm plus T by 2 RC. Okay, so this plus Vm and minus Vm will get cancelled. So here VR peak to peak is nothing but T by 2 RC. Okay, and your VDC, see, you know that gamma is nothing but VR RMS. This formula will never ever change. VR RMS divided by VDC. So VDC is nothing but the average value. So if you take the average value, it will be somewhere exactly here. Okay, so you need to find what is the VDC. Nothing but, anyway, I don't need this entire thing. This one I don't need. VR peak to peak. Okay, wait. Let me draw the VR peak to peak 1/2 once again. So from here to here is VM. Okay, so what I can do in order to get VDC will be equal to check this VDC. VDC is from here to here. So if I subtract this much portion from this V maximum, I'll be getting this VDC value. So from here to here, it is nothing but VR peak to peak by 2. So it will be VDC is nothing but V maximum value, which is nothing but VM minus VR peak to peak divided by 2. Okay, so that is what I will write here. So here VDC is nothing but VM minus VR peak to peak divided by 2. Anyway, VR peak to peak value will be very less when compared to VM. Okay, so that's why you can neglect. It will be in milliampere, millivolts. Generally, VM will be in volts and VR peak to peak will be in millivolts. So that you can neglect this VR peak to peak. So you will have VDC is equal to VM. Okay, VDC is equal to VM. Okay, now I got VDC also, but I need to know VR RMS value. So in order to know VR RMS value, what I'll do? So this is how the peak is. This is how the pulse is. It looks like it is a sawtooth waveform. Okay, so I'll just approximate it to the ideal sawtooth waveform, which will be in this way. And again it looks like the triangular waveform. Okay, so since it is a triangular waveform, the RMS value of this is nothing but the ripple. The RMS value of this ripple will be equal to Vs by root 3. Always the triangular function, any triangular function you take, if you try to find the RMS value, it will be Vs by root 3, or that's what the maximum amplitude divided by root 3. Okay, so Vs by root 3. So this is here VR RMS value. Okay, VR RMS value in the sense from here to here complete. Let me just show you with different colored pen. From this portion to this portion, when you try to take the RMS value, because this is nothing but the ripple. Okay, so if you take the RMS value of this, it is Vs by root 3. Now this Vs by root 3, what I'll do, I'll multiply and divide with 2 here. So it will be 2 Vs divided by 2 root 3. Okay, so but 2 Vs is nothing but from here to here, which is nothing but VR peak to peak. VR peak to peak divided by 2 root 3. Okay, so VR peak to peak divided by 2 root 3. So here now you know what is your VR peak to peak for your full wave rectifier. So it is nothing but what is that you have got? What is that you have got? VM by what is VR peak to peak? Are you people writing along with me or not?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Then tell me what is VR peak to peak. No, who is saying no? Please write along with me.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, who is that? Who is that, ma? Okay,
Sukanya,
okay,
ma'am.
okay, ma. I'll just show you the derivation once again. I'll show you. You can copy it. So VR peak to peak is nothing but T by 2 RC. PM I miss no. See T VM. See, you people are not telling me. VM will get multiplied inside this term also. So 2 T VM by 2 RC. So VM by 2 RC. VM T by 2 RC divided by VDC divided by 2 root 3. See here what I've done, I've substituted VR peak to peak value here, that's it. So VM T by 2 RC. Now just simplify this. So here VR RMS value will be equal to VM T I can write as 1 by F. Okay, fine, let me write this first. So it is a 4 root 3 RC, and T is nothing but T is equal to 1 by F. Okay, I am interested to write in terms of F because generally in the problems they'll give you the frequency of the input signal. Okay, so it is Vm divided by 4 root 3 FRC. Okay, this is VR RMS. Now what I need to do, I need to find gamma. So gamma is nothing but ripple factor. Gamma is nothing but the ripple factor. It is given by VR RMS divided by VDC. So this will be equal to VR RMS is nothing but Vm by 4 root 3 FRC divided by VDC. VDC is nothing but Vm. This Vm and this Vm will get cancelled. So gamma will be equal to 1 by 4 root 3 FRC. So here this is for the full wave rectifier. If you take the half wave rectifier gamma, it is nothing but 1 by 2 root 3 FRC. So if you observe, the ripple factor here is more or less when compared with half wave rectifier. Okay, so this is all related to the full wave rectifier with C filter. Hope this is clear to you. Anybody has got any doubts here? Please let me know. Complete derivation.
No
Complete
doubt,
derivation is clear to all of you. Complete derivation is clear to all of you. Anywhere anybody has any doubts, please let me know.
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Okay. So Yashwant, where you have gone wrong?
Ma'am, in the middle step.
Middle in the sense where exactly? You really tried, right? So you tell me where exactly you you have
Yes,
done
ma'am.
mistake. So where exactly have done mistake?
Ma'am, that one.
Which one, ma?
We are in bracket P minus P.
What, ma? This one. VDC is equal to
Ma'am, that
Vm
one.
minus.
Yes, ma'am, in the upward step.
Here.
TVM divided by 2 RC.
Okay. Now we understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So anybody still have any doubts? You can ask me because this is the last topic with respect to the filters. Okay, now in the next classes, we'll go to the other diodes which we have. Okay, so right now, anybody has got doubts until here, please let me know.
No doubts, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else in the class? Everybody understood this derivation? Both the derivations.
Yes, ma'am.
Anywhere in between, any doubts, please let me know now itself. Okay. Until here, any doubts to you? Until the half wave rectifier with C filter, do you have any doubts? Okay, fine. Let me just give one problem. Okay. Note down the question. An input signal 20 sine 400 pi t is applied to half wave rectifier with C filter, half wave rectifier with C filter. Half wave rectifier with C filter, and it is designed and it is designed by using the resistance value or okay, it is designed by using the resistance value of 1 kilo ohm and capacitance value is equal to 0.1 microfarad. 0.1 microfarad. Calculate the ripple factor of the rectifier circuit and also compare the result with full wave rectifier with C filter when the design constraints are seen. Okay, so this is what the question. You need to find gamma for half wave rectifier with C filter, and you should also compare that result with full wave rectifier with C filter. Okay, so for that he is saying whatever R and C are considering for half wave rectifier, the same R and C you need to consider for the full wave rectifier as well. So R is 1 kilo ohm here, C is 0.1 microfarad. Here also it will be 1 kilo ohm, and here it is 0.1 microfarad. So how will you calculate gamma for half wave rectifier? Okay, so gamma is given by for half wave rectifier, it is 1 by 2 root 3 f at c. But from where you'll get this f value? Can anybody tell me what is the f value? Anybody can tell me what will be your f value?
1 second.
So generally the input signal here, the input signal he has given as 20 sine, how much he has given? 400 pi t. Okay, generally we'll take it as 20 sine or cos omega t. Okay, in place of omega you have this 400 pi. Okay, 400 pi is nothing but omega is nothing but 2 pi f. So f will be equal to 400 divided by pi. So it is 200. So f is 200. So substitute all the values in this equation so that you'll get gamma value. Okay. Let us take as Pm sine omega t only. Sine or cos? Generally the sinusoidal signals will either take the sinusoidal sine function or the cos function. So can anybody tell me what is the gamma value we are getting? What is the gamma value I've got?
I'm doing.
See, okay. See, whatever R and C I have taken, I've just taken it randomly. Okay. Because I don't have any question right now, and even in the question papers I could not find such problem, but I want you people to solve one such question. So I have randomly given the values of R and C.
5.77 is that correct?
I don't know. I really don't know. I have given you the random value, so you people only should tell me. 2 root 3 F is 200, right? R is 1 kilo ohm. Okay, and this is 0.1 microfarad. Micro in the sense. Okay, let me write.
Yes, ma'am, it's correct, ma'am. 5.77 into 10 to the power of -3.
So 1k in the sense 3 zeros into 10 power -6. Okay, so gamma value, see, you just simplify using the calci. You'll get gamma as gamma value. How much you've got?
5.77 into 10 to the power of -3.
-3.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it is like 0.00577. Okay, so this is the gamma value. Okay, so what is so this is for the half wave rectifier. So in the same way, you need to find the FWR for rear, gamma for your full wave rectifier also. So it is 1 by 4 root 3 FRC. So if you just substitute all the values, 4 root 3 F is 200, R is 1000, and C is 0.1 into 10 power -6. So your gamma will be equal to, what is the value? Zero 0.00
2.88.
288. 0.00288. 2.88 into 10 power -3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it is 0.00288 is the ripple factor. So if you just compare both of them, you will be finding that gamma for full wave rectifier is half of the gamma what you are getting for full wave rectifier. Okay, so that is all related to this half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. Is it the same answer everybody has got? Everybody, rest all in the class, have you all got the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Jhansi
Yes,
Reddy?
ma'am.
Jhansi Reddy? Jhansi Reddy? Okay, fine. So this is all related to the what is that, PN junction diode, and then after that everything related to its applications. Half wave rectifier without filter, with filter. Okay, without filter in the sense there won't be any capacitor. With filter in the sense you will have the capacitor in the circuit. Okay, so this is what we have seen, and let me just give you the glance. Okay, I don't have my notes here in this laptop. Let me just check. Okay. Okay, fine. Let me just revise. So initially we have seen all the introduction or the very basics of your module 1. Then PN junction, how the PN junction has formed. Then after that its characteristics. See, in the exam, I've just gone through 1 or 2 papers. So what happened there was like nicely they have explained everything, but when coming to the graph, no, they have shown graph separately, but let them show graph together as well. Okay, so that they didn't do. So otherwise it's right only. And then different graphs, like for silicon diode, what will be the graph, and for the germanium diode, what is the graph that we have seen. Then diode approximations. Then after that equivalent circuits, DC load line. DC load line, again, it is the basic to know how to find your Q point or the operating point exactly. Then comes your diode application. So rectifiers, three types of rectifiers: half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, and bridge rectifier. Half wave rectifier, only half of the waveform will be rectified. That is what the disadvantage with half wave rectifier. And then for the half wave rectifier, even if you see the waveform, it is not the pure DC, it is a pulsating DC. Okay, and for this pulsating DC, you need to find the efficiency. So if you want to find the efficiency, then you need to calculate what is IDC, then IRMS, then from that PAC, PDC. So your efficiency is given by PDC by PAC. So calculate it, it is 40.6%. Then after that, you need to calculate the ripple factor. So as I mentioned, you need not write all this derivation. Directly you can go with the equation. Gamma is nothing but RMS value of IAC RMS by IDC. That can be further simplified as like, is that equation? Root I square RMS by I square DC minus 1. This equation directly you can use. When you substituted, you have got gamma value is 1.21. Then PIV you have calculated. PIV is nothing but the peak inverse voltage. So this peak inverse voltage will tell you like how much when it is reverse biased. The reverse bias junction, if you apply the reverse voltage beyond the VBR, then it will get damaged. So this PIV will indicate how much should be the reverse voltage. Okay, so that is given by PIV, and then transformer utilization factor. Transformer utilization factor, when you have calculated, you've got as 0.287. Then we have seen the advantages and disadvantages. So whatever disadvantages we have with half wave rectifier, that can be eliminated by using full wave rectifier. But here the drawback is you need to exactly locate the center point. So in the same way, here also you need to calculate the gamma. And one more difference here is both half cycle and both positive half cycle and the negative half cycle will be rectified. Okay, so for this, when you calculate the efficiency, in the same way here also you need to calculate IAC, IDC, IRMS, VDC, VRMS, then PAC, PDC, power, AC power, DC power, then finally efficiency. When you try to calculate the efficiency, here it is 81.2%. It implies that it is almost double the half wave rectifier value. Okay, then ripple factor, when you find the ripple factor, the ripple factor for your half wave rectifier, it was 1.21, but for your full wave rectifier, it is 0.482. Okay, so coming to the peak inverse voltage, here you'll have peak inverse voltages twice, 2 VM. Okay, transformer utilization factor is here it is far better. When it was with the half wave rectifier, it was 0.28 something, but here it is 0.812. Okay, so this indicates that the transformer is better utilized in your full wave rectifier than with the half wave rectifier. And then, as I've mentioned, some of the disadvantages. Then to overcome those disadvantages, we have bridge rectifier. And bridge rectifier, here we'll use 4 diodes, and remembering this circuit is very, very important. The diode locations, its directions, how exactly which point is connected to what, that is very, very important. Okay, because if you revert to the directions, your analysis will go wrong. Okay, so it should be constructed in this way only. Okay, so only when it is constructed in this way, you will have the proper rectified signal. Okay, so here the drawback is we are using 4 diodes. Okay, and then whatever derivations we have done for your full wave rectifier, it will be equally valid for your full wave rectifier with center tap. Whatever derivations we have done, it will be equally valid for your full wave rectifier with bridge, full wave rectifier only with bridge connections. Okay, so here also, like if you observe, the waveform will be like the output will be like it will be rectified for both positive cycle and the negative cycle. And here only derivation which is different is PIV. Okay, so when you're calculating the PIV, the PIV value here will be VM, and whereas for your full wave center tap, it is 2 VM. Okay, then here I have just listed all the parameters. Then coming to the filters. So filter with C circuit, and here the important thing is ripple factor calculation for half wave rectifier and as well as full wave rectifier. That's all. So until here, it is all related to the diodes. Okay, in the next classes, we'll go with the other diodes. Okay, other diodes like Zener diode, you have photodiode. Maybe photodiode, LED, you would have practically done the experiment in your physics lab, I think so. But anyway, here also we'll just revise the same thing, and maybe you people are better. You can analyze it better because you have practically done it. Okay, fine. That's all for now, and let me give you the quiz. Okay, wait, let me give you the quiz related to this. I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll give you a quiz. You can attempt the quiz. My screen is not visible, right?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Today I will even give you the assignment questions. Okay, make sure that you submit it by Monday. I will make new quiz now. Just 2 minutes. I think I have given quiz related to half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier. Yes, ma. Did I give quiz related to the full wave rectifier?
Ma'am, it is given by combined only.
Okay. Add few more questions there.
అనుకి పెట్టాలా ఇప్పుడు చెప్తావా ఇప్పుడు చెప్తున్నాను
Meanwhile, you people can revise like whatever you have. Just 2 more minutes. I just gave you 6 questions. Attempt them immediately in front of me only. Just 6 questions I've given you. Hope you have got the quiz questions. Yes? Have you got the quiz questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Just do them and turn in. Have you all finished quiz?
No, ma'am. Doing.
Okay, do it. Why so much of time you people are taking? See, I've also
Ma'am,
given
some
you
question
the
are tricky.
nothing, no question is tricky. It is all direct only. Okay, fine. But when I was explaining you, I have explained in that way only. Okay, try.
Ma'am, 3 and 4 are given 2 times. Same question.
Is it so? Let me just check.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
wanted to give
But fourth one is
greater
half.
than 1 and less than 1. Less than VM. Greater than VM, less than VM. Like that I want to give. 1 second, let me check. Oh, actually I want to give it as discharging of capacitor. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, let me just edit it otherwise. I want to give as discharging. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm giving it as same only. Charging of capacitor happens when Vin less than Vm. So I need to change the option. That's it. Okay, so that I'll get the right answer.
Ma'am, then both answer will be true, na? Means if here it is not changed until now.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Still, you have not got the changed one, no?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I will make sure that it will be edited. Okay. It will be edited later. Okay, don't worry. Which is right, which is wrong. Whatever question is given, you just attempt it. However, the question is there, you answer it. Both the questions are not same, no ma? Yashwant, you were
Ma'am,
saying
here it
both
is
the
not
questions.
changed.
No. What is the question you have? Third one, you tell me.
Then third one is charging of capacitor happens when Vin is greater than Vm.
No, okay. Come to the fourth
And
one.
fourth one is charging of capacitor happens when Vin, then the question is incomplete.
Yeah, I've given less than Vm. It's there as less than Vm only. I could see less than Vm. I didn't
No,
edit anything
ma'am.
here. Everybody has got
ma'am.
the question in the same way?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Fine. I'll remove that question completely. Don't worry. Okay, so if you are answering the third one correctly, then that's what it will be evaluated only for 5 marks. Let me just do that later. I will edit it. Don't worry.
Ma'am, once check, I have sent it the screenshot.